Hey everyone, Steph Beckett here at InfoComm 2023, and I am at the Visix booth. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm here with Sean Matthews. So tell me a little bit about what this InfoComm has been like for you. We were talking about it a little bit beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, we're excited to be here. You know, this is, we've been in business for 43 years. We've been supporting this AV industry for that entire time. So we're excited to be here, obviously, this year.
And it's going to be a busy show. And so preparing for that as compared to a few years, this feels like we're really coming out of COVID, even maybe coming out even stronger.
Yeah, I think, we were talking earlier, and it's definitely on par with like what we would see in 2019. So yeah, we're excited.
Super exciting. So this is also an exciting show for you guys because you're really solidifying yourselves in the UCC space by being really intentional about what you've been releasing and thinking about how people actually work.
Yeah, I mean, our focus this year, and certainly for the past 2 years, has been on the hybrid workspace. More and more people are heading back to the office, and it's a different work environment, particularly in the high-tech sector, and so we're focused on what that experience looks like.
Yeah, and a lot of that is not everyone is going to be in the office every single day. You might not have a dedicated desk, and what you guys have thought of is, what is really helpful for someone to have, for a hot desking situation so that they can see, oh, here's where I've booked, here's where I'm working today. But it's a solution that doesn't use a lot of power, and that's your ePaper little hot desking display.
Yeah, so, we've been in the ePaper business for quite some time, and we've had the much larger signs, which are basically paper replacements. But in the hot desking environment, people are looking for some way to identify who's actually sitting there, and so you can actually walk up and see who's there for the day, the week, or what have you.
Right, and you don't necessarily need like an entire iPad mounted in front of that desk. You need something just small that's changeable, but also doesn't use up a ton of energy that'll save you some on those energy costs if you have to have a bunch if you're a big office.
Right, yeah, and so some of the office spaces that we're in have 700 or 800 desks, for example, and these little devices run off CR batteries. They're RF transmitters that feed the updates, and so they don't consume any energy while they're in their resting state, but convey what's going on in that space.
And they're able to be unplugged and just run on battery, correct?
That is correct, yes. Yep.
And I wanted to ask a little bit about your new AR capability because that's something that I'm really interested in and how you've been very intentional in being like, how will people actually use this when they go into an office? Very user thinking.
Yeah, so the idea is that these room signs basically haven't changed in the past 20 years, right? And there are about 50 manufacturers of this technology. And so what we wanted to look at is, what does the experience really look like for someone who's just walking in on a rare occasion? They don't really want to download, manage, and configure an app. So what the approach we took was just utilizing the built-in capabilities of the smartphone, and relying on web AR. And so an employee just walks in, opens up their phone, and from there they can see everything that they would see on a room sign on their mobile device, plus they get a web AR and augmented reality experience of what's in that room before they book it.
I really appreciate you guys being so end user focused, like the non-technical end user, because so many of them are not going to know what to do if you have to download an app. I had to download an app for our office just to use the internet the other day, and I was like, I can't do this again. So I really commend you guys on being so end user focused, and they don't want to download a million things. They just want to scan something and be able to see what's in the room and maybe be able to book it right then and there.
Yep, and certainly, during COVID, which one benefit to us is that the QR tag had its rebound, right? And so,
QR renaissance.
yes,
I know it well.
yeah, and so for us that works quite well. You can add other things like NFC tags, etc. But for us, the QR tag has become pretty ubiquitous, and there's a lot of data out there to indicate that it will continue to grow in popularity.
And so what else can we expect from Visix in the next few months? I'm kind of expecting y'all to continue solidifying yourselves here in this UCC space.
Yeah, so you'll continue to see us develop for different EMS type platforms, event management platforms, calendaring platforms, those types of things. And of course you'll see us integrate more and more wayfinding into the AR application itself. And of course in the end, what you can expect to see is not only can you book a room or a workstation, but you'll be able to book a parking space, a ping pong table, any asset that organization has.
That's really cool. So last question I have for you, Sean, is where can people find more information?
Yeah, so the easiest thing to do is visit us at visix.com, visix.com, and everything you want to know you'll find in one place.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate you hopping over here for me just for a few minutes. I hope you have a good rest of the show.
Great, thank you. Have a good one.
Of course. Yes, and don't forget on our side as well, you can go to ravepubs.com/InfoComm for all your InfoComm 2023 news. Once again, I'm Steph Beckett, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.